Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, I'm going to talk about, is it possible to be big, lean, and live a long, healthy life? Before I get into that topic, if you have any questions or comments, check out the link below. Come on over, submit your questions. The best questions I turn into videos just like this. All right, excuse me if I sound a little bit off. I got a sore throat, ran a marathon this weekend. Body's still recovering, and for some reason, my immune system's a little bit down and my throat is a little bit off. So, I talk a lot about and this might be a long video, but stick around and listen to this because this is an important topic. I talk a lot about the level of about 250 pounds, where the longevity statistics reveal that there is a tendency for men over 250 to not live as long. Obviously, this is general advice. This is based on a large pool of data, but it is not applicable for everyone in all instances. Let's just get that straight. So when I provide information like this, it is just a general guideline. I'm throwing out a red flag for the larger men to say, hey, you might want to think about your weight a little bit and bringing it down, because when you're above 250 pounds, you tend not to live as long. Now, I get questions regarding this. One of the questions is, what about taller men? Well, what we can learn from research is that taller men generally don't live as long as well. Is it because they're tall? No, from our understanding, it is because they carry around more weight, more mass. So what we're learning, what we can kind of imply or pull out of the data, is that it's not height that's an issue. It's not always necessarily body composition that's an issue. It's the fact that the body has to maintain a large amount of weight. The heart has to pump blood throughout a larger amount of mass. It has to recover. It has to help a larger amount of body weight recover and repair itself. And as you age, it becomes harder and harder for your heart, for your hormones and your other systems in the body to maintain and repair that mass. So a lot of things can break down. That's just our general understanding. So the question is, can you be big and lean and live a long, healthy life? On my group, Massive Iron, you can come over, check out the link below. Join the group, please. A gentleman asked about being like 250, 260 and lean, if you could live longer. So I thought this would make a good video topic. Now the assumption here, and I got some notes, so if I look down, that's what I'm looking at. The assumption here is that a lower body fat level equates to good health. Now we know that a lower body fat level can certainly be an indicator of better health, meaning that a very large or obese person has a tendency to have more health issues and probably won't live as long. Body fat percentage is generally not the be-all, end-all indicator of good health. After all, you can be 20% body fat and abuse alcohol, abuse cigarettes, even abuse steroids. There's a lot of things you can abuse. You can abuse your body by not sleeping. You can abuse your body by being under a lot of stress. Folks that are under a lot of mental health, depressed or stressed, tend not to live as long. So while a lower body fat level is generally a better state to be in, it's not an overall indicator of longevity. So we need to establish that. Now, as I mentioned, we do know that at 250 pounds or above, the heart has a lot of mass to maintain, the heart and the hormones and the other systems in the body. And bigger folks and taller folks tend to die younger because the body has more of a burden to maintain. Now let's get into the nuts and bolts. A bigger person, a leaner person, a big lean person, will they live longer? Well, let's look at some numbers. I got right here some numbers. It's probably hard to see, but 260 pounds. I'm going to look at a 260 pound man at 5'6", at 5'10", and at 6'2". So on the shorter side, more on the average side, and more on the tall side. Now I'm going to assume each one of these males is about 20% body fat. So we're going to kind of look at, is it real life that there's even a 260 pound man that is 20% body fat? How likely is this actual scenario? That's what we're going to explore right now, because it's very unlikely, and I'm going to explain why. A 20%, let's start at 5'10". A 5'10" male at 20% body fat is going to have a lean body mass of 208 pounds. Lean body mass is everything you have minus the fat. So bones and eyeballs and muscle and all that good stuff. That's what your lean body mass is. Now, the average natural potential, and this has been researched extensively, for a 5'10" individual is around 178, give or take a few pounds. So this would mean that if you were truly 5'10" and 260 pounds, to be at 20% body fat, you would have to be 30 pounds above your natural potential, your lean body mass potential. How does one get 30 pounds above their lean body mass potential? The only way to do that is to take an excessive amount of steroids, maybe even human growth hormone. But 30 pounds of mass isn't going to come from TRT. TRT might give you 5, might give you 8 pounds of mass or whatever. But to get 30 pounds above your natural lean body mass potential at 20% body fat, you would have to take a lot of steroids, all right? Now, for the 5'6" individual, you're going to have this 5'6" individual that's 260 pounds and 20% body fat. You're going to have the same lean body mass, 208 pounds. But your natural potential would only be about 158 pounds. For every inch shorter or taller you are, the body carries about 4 to 5 more pounds of bones and eyeballs and all that kind of good stuff. That's the way the body works. So at 5'6", your natural lean body mass potential, if you were as muscular as you could be naturally, it would be 158 pounds. So to be 5'6" at 20% body fat, you would need 50 more pounds of muscle above your natural potential. This would be gross steroid abuse. Not many men are doing that, except for the top level, near IFBB level pros. That's a lot of muscle mass. Excuse me. For the 5'10" guy, to be 30 pounds above their muscle mass, how many guys at age 50 plus are carrying around 30 more pounds above their lean body mass potential? Not very many. The numbers are so small, it's ridiculous. Now let's look at the tall individual. 6'2", they're going to have a lean body mass of 208 pounds like everybody else. And their natural potential is about 198. So a 6'2" individual at 20% body fat is still going to need to be 10 pounds above their lean body mass potential. That means they have 10 more pounds of muscle mass than you could achieve naturally. So there's going to have to be at least some TRT in the mix. Now, from all of these pools, the most reasonable creature that exists is a 6'2" guy at 20% body fat that's on TRT. That's very possible. There's some guys up there. First off, you have to lift. You have to have your diet in check. You have to make it to age 50. And you have to be on TRT. And not only that, but you need to be maxing out your effort in the gym. So it is possible there's a reasonable amount of guys like that out there. Are there a reasonable amount of 5'10" guys age 50 that are 260 pounds and 20% body fat, which is 30 pounds over their lean body mass potential? No, this pool is going to be extremely, extremely small. Are there going to be any 5'6" guys that are 50 pounds above their lean body mass potential? No, it's going to be ridiculously small. So the question posed was, can you be lean, big, and live a long life? Well, the reality is, the scenario itself is really rather ridiculous. There aren't many guys that are above 250 pounds and are lean, because a good majority of them, unless you are 6'2" or above, are going to have to take a lot of steroids to be lean and big. And that comes with its own set of issues, which we're not going to explore in this video. So really, if you want to be natural, completely natural, and at 20% body fat at 260 pounds, you're probably going to need to be about 6'4". So my opinion is that the entire scenario is just ridiculous. Most guys that are natural or even on TRT, if they want to be 260 pounds, they're going to be 30, 35, even 40% body fat, and they're probably going to be in a little bit denial about their body fat percentage. Now, a final thought, and a final comment, and that's going to be on the fat-free mass index. When I talked about this subject on the Muscle and Brawn discussion group on Facebook, and again, check it out below and join, somebody assumed that I was talking about the fat-free mass index here and about anything above 25% isn't natural and all that kind of stuff. I'm not getting into that at all. Not getting into that at all. Fat-free mass index is your lean body mass divided by your height. Okay, I'm not talking about that here. What I am doing when I talk about height and its impact on lean body mass is not referencing the fat-free mass index, but telling you that your body mass, your lean body mass, will go up or down by 4 to 5 pounds depending on every inch of height you are taller or smaller. So I'm not even addressing the fat-free mass index here because it can be a big load of nonsense. What we do know is that natural potential has been studied to such an extensive degree that most experts agree with the ballpark figures I am presenting here. So just to recap everything I've stated in this video, can you be big, lean, and live a long, healthy life? Well, the standard is 250 pounds that most men want to be under for a long, healthy life. Can you be above that level and be lean? There's not many out there. I mean, it's almost impossible for you to get to that level and be 20% body fat. So even if body fat was a good indicator of health, and at 260 pounds, you're very unlikely to get there unless you take a lot of steroids. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, check out the link below. If you made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. We got the ninja crawling in here.
You need to subscribe.
Yeah. So guys, as always, thanks for watching, and
stay super sexy so you live a long life.
Stay super sexy and just take my advice and get under 250 pounds.